You see this? You see this? That, ladies and gentlemen, that are 2 tickets. Right here, right now, here now. Are 2 tickets for Deadpool. Where I live, in my own country, of course. Of Deadpool. And the differences are the dates. This one is the 10th of February. This one is 11th of February. Yes. That means I've been watching this video for 2 times. And I believe me, I think I'm gonna watch it a lot more. A lot more. Time to make some fucking changes right on time. So, you guessed it. This is going to be my Deadpool free spoilers, if I won't mention any, movie review. And before, of course, I went to the, deeper down review and everything, I just wish to say a few things to all of you free spoiler party poopers. If you are gonna watch this Deadpool movie review, there's gonna be free spoilers and everything, and I only have one simple thing to tell you.
Get your coats and just fuck off out of it!
Now you have here the fucking warning to not be spoiled, because believe me, if you didn't listen before, I'm gonna just tell you again.
And just fuck off out of it!
Exactly, because don't you fucking dare be spoiled if you didn't watch Deadpool movie! Because this is a movie that deserves to be watched, deserves to be listened to, hear, to feel the Deadpool universe around you. That's what I'm talking about right now. Directed by Tim Miller, and I have to say he did a really fucking good job directing this movie, because you can see the entire movie from the beginning to the ending, and he took this movie seriously. Very, very fucking seriously. And I'm proud of it. I'm so proud of it. Proud of you, Tim Miller, and of course, mostly to the cast. Which I'm talking about the cast, I'm talking about one of the producers and who played Wade Wilson, Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds. I mean, the way how he acted in this movie as Deadpool, I mean, you can see when he was breaking the fourth wall, the jokes, the Easter eggs and everything, what he did. I mean, he did an excellent job. He really knocked out everyone who watched the Deadpool movie with me, yesterday and the day before yesterday. And of course, for all the other future audience who's gonna watch the Deadpool movie, he's gonna knock them out seriously, and especially the true Deadpool fans and especially Marvel fans. Ryan Reynolds, well done. Well done, well done. I mean, you really are doing your best to repay for what they did to you in X-Men Origins Wolverine, when you played it, Weapon 9, I think it was, I mean, the abomination what I did with the real Deadpool. I mean, congratulations, man. Man, congratulations. You really did an excellent job. Well done. Well done. But let's move on. I mean, I will talk about Deadpool in the full war much more later. So, next to the cast, we go to Marina Baccarin, who's playing Vanessa, the sweet girlfriend of Deadpool. And there are 2 things about Vanessa, if you didn't know, when you're watching this movie, if you never watched, actually, or should I say, read the comics of Deadpool. First of all, Marina Baccarin, also he's playing, where I know her, in the series Gotham as Doctor Leslie Tompkins, which actually she's also doing a great job there and playing the character and everything. And after this movie, she really had a really great future in the movies. She could have a great future in the movies, right? I mean, of course, not including the sex scenes in the Deadpool movie, not including them. I'm talking about her as an actress, not as a, what I mean. The sex scenes. That's number 1. Number 2 is Vanessa. In the comics, have another name, or should I say, she's better known as, well, she was better known because in the Marvel Comics, spoiler alert, she's dead. I mean, for quite a long time. No matter. Vanessa is known by another name, aka Copycat. In the short terms, Vanessa, in the comics as Copycat have, almost exactly the same powers as Mystique. In the short terms, there's a reason why she's called Copycat, because she can interpret everyone just in the same way like Mystique. And I have to say, she's hot. Not only in the movie, but in the comics, she's so hot. Even if she's in the comics, she's blue. But let's move on. With our other cast, we have Ed Skrein playing Francis Freeman, aka Ajax. Also in the Deadpool comics, known as one of Deadpool's arch nemesis. Then of course we have the one of Deadpool's sidekick, Weasel, played by none other than T.J. Miller. Wow, the jokes he put, especially about Deadpool's face in this movie, was really great, funny. I mean, T.J. Miller, he's really great. I mean, I saw him in other movies, comedy movies, where he played, like, in the same way, like he always did, like, with that serious, nerd face and everything, and he was really great. And in this movie, he really knocked out perfectly as Weasel. And if you don't know who Weasel is Wade's best friend, who really, helps him carry out his activities, and also he's a professional in, dealing with weapons and everything. So, in the short term, weapon smuggler. Also, then we have Gina Carano, ex-girl martial artist, Gina Carano, who is playing Angel Dust in, or should I say, Ajax Henchman. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know who Angel Dust is, she's also a mutant who, actually, in the comics, she's not very well known, but, in the short terms, in Angel Dust, like in the movie, in the comics, she only has superhuman strength. That's the only thing that. Also, you have Brianna Hildebrand, I think I'm pronouncing that. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Brianna Hildebrand, who's playing Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and man, I have to say, in this movie, she looks a lot more better than in the comics, because in the comics, she looks like this. Very creepy, isn't it, huh? Okay, well, let's move on. Also, after that, we have now another X-Men, Peter Rasputin, aka Colossus. So, if you didn't know before, Colossus actually was first offered to Daniel Cudmore, who was actually known as Colossus in the X-Men 2, the X-Men Last Stand, X-Men Days of Future Past. But, of course, unfortunately, he declined. Also, when we go to the other thing about Colossus, he was played by two people in this movie. First one, when we talk about the motion capture, was played by a guy, I think it was called, like, Andre Tregadox. I can't it's so easy to pronounce his last name, but his name was Andre or something like that. But whatever. He was playing him in the motion capture, and the voice was given by Stefan Kapicic. Because if you don't know who this guy is, well, he's from my territory, from Balkan. Because over here on Balkan, he's a Serbian actor, and he's very, very famous. On my territory, and I have to say, after this movie, he's gonna be also very famous. On the other side. So, Stefan Kapicic, congratulations, man. Congratulations, man, because with this movie, I can see you're definitely gonna succeed. Congratulations, man. Also, don't forget to mention, we have Leslie Urgins playing Blind Al. Not only Deadpool's roommate and a blind woman, but also in the Deadpool comics, she's known as one of the Deadpool's allies. And also, don't forget, Jet Reese playing like this guy who's called himself the recruiter, who recruit Wade Wilson, from the beginning, when he was when he heard that Wade Wilson was diagnosed with cancer, to transform him who he is right now. Well, everybody knows him, who he is right now. So, let's move on. Also, don't forget to mention, in this movie, we have, of course, none other than Stan Lee, my man, making a super cameo appearance, and believe me, the cameo appearance he made in this movie, as a strip club, MC, wow. I don't know if this cameo of Stanley is gonna go, as one of my best, cameo scenes of Stanley I ever seen in all the Marvel movies. This one really knocked me out. Really knocked me out. And of course, don't forget to mention, we also have another cameo, co-creator of Deadpool himself, Rob Liefeld. And when I saw, wow. It makes sense that he may also make a cameo because cameo in this movie because after all, he is one of the he's one of the creators of Deadpool, and of course what should I say, one of his two daddies, let's say it that way. It was really awesome, really awesome. But now I know that I'm finished with the cast, let's just go enter right now in the movie. The movie was, from the beginning to the end, it was awesome. Awesome. And don't forget to talk about the intro, because this intro was totally way different and funnier than any intros I ever seen, in all the movies. Not only me, but all the others, across the years. fair enough, when you see an intro, you see like, for example, like, I don't know, director, Steven Spielberg, screenplay, this and that. You know, actors, those and those. You know, but in Deadpool movie, no. Intro is, I have to say that this intro is going to be remembered as one of the most greatest, oddest, funnier intros of all time. I mean, well done. I mean, I have nothing to say. No comment. Only to say that he's very funny. Yeah, very, very funny. So, the entire movie of, like, you know, Deadpool is like every single superhero movie. Oh, sorry. Anti-hero, because Deadpool doesn't like to be called a superhero. So, anti-hero is far enough, you know. Like every anti-hero, you know, movie star, you know, is an origin movie. And this time, for real. Not just like the abomination they did, you know, with the X-Men Wolverine origins. Real Deadpool origins. So, Wade Wilson is diagnosed with cancer, you know, or should I say, Wade Wilson, you know, he's a mercenary, just like in the comics. He's a mercenary, you know, who is living in New York. He was diagnosed with cancer, you know, and he was in love with this Vanessa, and then out of nowhere, you know, this recruiter, this guy just came here, you know, like, and like offering, like, what if we can make you better, give you abilities most men only dream of, to make you know, like a superhero, you know, with special powers and everything. Of course, you know, Wade Wilson accepted that, and of course, there we have the creation, or should I say, one step by another, where he met Ajax, and of course, after that, you know, all the experience, the creation of Deadpool, and of course, you know, his deformation and everything. I mean, and after all that, the real shit begins. His girlfriend, you know, just, you know, was kidnapped, and of course, you know, Deadpool will do in all his powers, alongside with the help of Colossus, Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I always get mixed up when I was saying her name. Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Colossus, you know, to help him, and of course, you know, alongside Weasel and Blind Al, which also, you know, in the entire movie, the only thing, you know, DJ Miller ever did to him, you know, was give him the weapons. Give him the weapons and some, you know, and the call, like, you know, you are really in a fucked up trouble. And when I say we, I mean you. It was really funny. And of course, you know, that's all, the Blind Al, the only thing really she ever did in this movie, you know, is to give, you know, Deadpool a home. Where literally he can masturbate. Literally. I mean, fair enough, Blind Al, that's she always did these kind of things also in the comics, so nothing has changed. Nothing has changed, of course, you know. And the movie, I mean, I'll try my best to give, you know, a lot, you know, small, you know, spoilers for all of you, but, so the entire movie, you know, you have, I mean, it's fair enough rated hard R, because, you know, we have action, you have comedy, you have drama, you have killing, you have Easter eggs, you know, the fourth wall, don't neglect to mention fourth wall, because, you know, it's just like, the fourth wall was perfect, made on the same perfect way, just like in the comics. You know, Deadpool, like, talking to the audience, trying to explain, giving some few jokes and everything, and all the others, you know, around him, thinking like, what the hell are you talking? It was like, I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to them, you know? I mean, just like in the comics, you know, they did awesome also in the movie, with the fourth wall. I mean, especially, you know, the one scene I also like, you know, is the scene, you know, where Deadpool was trying to explain for the first time he met Blind Al, you know, like saying like, oh, talking fourth wall into a fourth wall. It's like 16th wall. That was amazing. An amazing joke, really funny, you know, and the expressions that Ryan Reynolds did and everything, you know, it was really great. It was really, really great. I mean, I can't remember anything in this movie that I didn't like. Nothing. Nothing. It's 100% for me great and legendary. I mean, fair enough, in this 2016 we're gonna have a lot of other movies who can prove that it can be the best. But for now, Deadpool is one of the top 3. Yes, Deadpool is one of the top 3 because in this movie you can see that the actors who are in, the director Ryan Reynolds, they all give all of themselves to make this movie perfect. And I have to say, Ed Skrein, I didn't see him actually since Game of Thrones, you know. And in the way he played Ajax, you know, or should I say, or how Deadpool was trying to, you know, make jokes of him, Francis, because actually, like in the comics, Francis is actually his real name. Which actually, no, okay. for me, Ed Skrein did an excellent job. You know, with the personality he had, you know, the fight scenes, you know, him as a villain, you know, being sadistic and everything. And of course, Gina Carano, you know, the super hot, you know, former martial artist girl who played Angel Dust. You know, I have to say, she is a lot more sexier than she was in the comics. I'm talking about Angel Dust, not Gina Carano. Because Gina Carano, she was always hot, alive, you know. And, I mean, they were an amazing villain couple, you know, in this movie. Because, you know, I don't actually count the recruiter because he was actually killed off screen, just like Deadpool said, because, like, I think you don't want to see this, because, you know, like, it's gonna be nasty, you know. It's gonna be nasty. It's just like, you know, I can believe that even on the filming set, he took the camera and put it away. I mean, for real. I mean, because I don't think the way how he, you know, pulled his hand, you know, and like the camera was going in different directions, like you won't see, you know, because it's really gross, you know, and everything. So I mean, I believe in the set Ryan Reynolds, you know, really did, you know, like take the camera, you know, off screen, away from, you know, from him and the recruiter. So like I said, he was really knocked off, you know, like that very easily, you know. And so like I said, where was I? Oh yeah, about Ajax. So I mean, Ed Skrein, like I said, playing very good as a villain, you know, he had the personality exactly the same way like Ajax was in the comics. But there actually is one thing that maybe the fans of Deadpool, the real one, you know, the hard one, will maybe see a negative one on Ajax. Because in reality, you know, because also saying when I say reality, I mean the movie, he looks like this. In the comics, he looks like this. So I think, yeah, I mean, you know, you get the idea why maybe a few, you know, real Deadpool hard, you know, fans, or should I say Deadpool and Marvel hard fans, you know, will see negatively in this movie. Because like I said, like you see from the picture, in reality, or should I say in the comics, Ajax was, you know, like this, you know, member of the Project X, who actually, like I said, like in the movie, was responsible for creating Deadpool. You know, what he is right now, you know, with deforming his face, like curing his cancer, and of course giving the ability of the healing factor. Just like in the same way like Wolverine, but except the adamantium, of course. You know, but in the comics, like I said, like you see from the picture, he's, you know, he has exactly the same powers, the same personality, and if I remember correctly, just like in the comics, he hates being called Francis, which actually, like in the comics, Deadpool, just like in the movie, Deadpool was calling him like that in the comics. You know, and of course, don't forget to mention in the comics, he's more, you know, when you see like this blue armor on him, he's a cyborg, you know, in the comics. And one point of the comic, he has his nose, and the other point, he doesn't have it. So in some point in the second one, he looked more like a Red Skull, you know, without his nose, you know. And in the movie, you know, like you see him, he's like just normal, you know, a mutant scientist, you know, who like delivers who's smuggling weapons, you know, like for, like you see in the beginning, you know, like from this to this old terrorists, you know, and everything, you know, a normal guy with great fighting skills, you know, with, you know, superhuman strength, feeling no pain, you know, ability, you know, a normal guy with mutant ability. Let's just say that. Let's put it that way. Also, the one other thing I really like about this movie is, you know, like, you know, the test, like it was, you know, in the test footage. I mean, I really enjoy it, just like it's in the trailer, and also in the movie, I really enjoy and was really happy they used that, you know, to in the movie, and the fights, you know, were exactly, just like imagine, you know, funny and gross. Because, you know, like the one scene, you know, because like I said, in this movie, you don't have comedy, sex, you know, and jokes, Easter eggs, you know, for example, like Deadpool was joking about, you know, like, I was having nightmares of Liam Neeson kidnapping his daughter. I mean, you know, he made 3 movies without you can feel like he's a bad parent, you know. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. No. Because Liam Neeson will find you. And you're dead. But, I mean, that's the joke. Because Deadpool cannot die. Because he has the healing factor. I mean, whatever you do with him, or cut off his head, whatever, he'll grow back. Just like it did in the movie. You know, with this little tiny, you know, hand when he was like, you know, touching by now. You know, that was really funny, you know, like, it was really really funny. But like I said, the fights were just as I imagined, just like they were in the Deadpool comics. I mean, the fights, especially in the car, and I really like the scene, like he was trying to shoot all the guys with 12 bullets because, like, he forgot his ammunition, back there. But when he called the taxi, we called the taxi and everything. I mean, it was really great, really, really great. And and I mean, the killing, you can't have enough. You can't have enough in the Deadpool universe, especially in this movie. Because I remember, because this movie is, like I said, it deserves to be hard R, because there's one scene I remember, where he cut off, one of these like soldiers' hand, like, and throw him like a beach ball, to the others. I mean, and of course, after that, on the ending, with I really like the scene, like, where he was using the dead bodies, to spell Francis for him, because every single time since the experiment begins, after Deadpool revealed to everyone that Ajax's real name is Francis, and Ajax used that name from some kind of a detergent, material, detergent product, and every single time Ajax or Francis, whatever, he was asking, "What's my name? What's my name? What's my name?" And then at the end he said, "Ooh, I'm gonna spell it to you, motherfucker." And then it was, he used the bodies, spell Francis. I mean, that was a finishing touch. I mean, in short terms, I won't give you any more spoilers. You have everything in this movie. There's nothing negative in it. You have the fights, you have sex, you have comedy, you have Easter eggs, talking the fourth wall. It's perfect. It's a perfect, one of the most brilliant comedy hero movie, or to say anti-hero movies, that I've ever seen. And for my opinion, in 2016, Deadpool is on the top 3 for me. It's one of the greatest movies. The rest of them we're gonna see when they come in the movie theaters. So overall, this Deadpool movie is 100% excellent. 100% excellent. I mean, also, don't forget, I really wish to mention one thing. On the road, where like Colossus, and Negasonic Teenage Warrior just arrive, to stop Deadpool, because like in the comics, Colossus and the others, even the movie tried their best to give him countless times an offer to join the X-Men. But if you know Deadpool, he never joined anyone. Not even the Avengers, well, except in the new Marvel comics, spoiler alert, because he's now in the comics. Now he's a member of the Avengers. Damn, mobile. I'll answer right there. So, I mean, and of course, there you have, like, Colossus, handcuffed him, and said, let's talk to the professor. I mean, I'm gonna say, McCowan or Stewart? I mean, McCowan or Stewart? I mean, because you remember, McCowan played the younger version of Professor Xavier, and Patrick Stewart played the original. Man, this is the original one. So, I mean, it was really funny in the way how you spell it, That's not only a joke, but an Easter egg. I mean, it was really, really great. So in short terms, the entire movie was brilliant, awesome, full of action, full of dirty jokes, full of dick jokes, and also literally you can see a dick in one scene when Ryan Reynolds was fighting Ajax, when he was naked, already deformed and everything. How about the fights in Deadpool? One of the most precious fights for me are not only like Deadpool against Ajax, for finally dealing with him after what he done to him in the Project X, but also Colossus versus Angel Dust. I mean that is one of the most greatest fights I've ever seen in the X-Men. And also, well, okay, fair enough. One of the most greatest fights I've ever seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. One of the most greatest fights. I mean, it all started, like, Colossus just came over her, say, "I prefer not to hit a woman, so please play, like, nice." And she, like, punched him, and he all flies all around Deadpool on the ground. And then it goes, and after that, Colossus finally dealing with her, and the fight was precious. And the one thing that really is remarkable, like when Colossus just threw her, the other side of the junkyard, and they're trying, just trying to find her, and he was like, on your left, you're so pretty and everything, because like on her left, her boob just fell out, so totally memorable, really, and it was really, I mean, that was really funny, like saying her, like, "Oh, you're so sweet," everything. I mean, fair enough, she was just flirting with him, and then punch him directly in the dick and in the balls. You know, and it was like, whoa, boom, you know, that was really memorable and funny. And we're about fights. The other thing I really like in Deadpool is, another spoiler, is when Deadpool was fighting Colossus. Okay, I mean, everybody knows Colossus' ability, you know, trying to, you know, transform his body into steel, or should I say much more stronger metal than steel, you know, something like stronger than titanium or whatever, you get the point, you know. And Deadpool was trying first punch him, you know, he was trying to punch him with first fist, broken. The other one punched him directly in the dick, and broken again. And he was like, you know, oh, your poor wife, because it was all like strong and all hardcore and everything, you know. So he tried another leg, broken. And then of course Colossus just punched me, you know, on the car. I mean, that was really funny, you know. That was one of the most precious fights and was, for me, one of the most favorite scenes in the Deadpool movie. Those two fights for me were really, really funny. The sex scenes, like the killing, the action, the comedy, you have in a short term for the third time, you have everything just like a real Deadpool movie should have. It's brilliant, it's great, and I enjoyed it. 100% positive. Nothing negative in this movie. Believe me. For my first time in my life, of all the critics and the movies, this is my first movie that has nothing negative in it. Nothing. So here I am. I'm done with this movie review because I don't really want to spoil much more anything, you know, for you guys, and if you know what I meant. You know, so here I am done. Of course, you know, what better, you know, way to end up, you know, Deadpool movie to telling a few T.J. Miller jokes when he said, like, just like in the trailer he did in the movie. I mean, he used almost exactly the same jokes that we heard in the trailer, almost every single, and the way how he spelled them, you know, they're like really funny and unique. So here I am done. Rate the video, comment, subscribe. Give us the example what you personally think about Deadpool movie. If you watch it, if you didn't, go watch it. Don't watch this video if you didn't watch this movie. Just like I've said before, drop a like, I appreciate it. Subscribe, that'll be very nice. You know, peace everyone, having all of you a rest of the goddamn day perfectly enjoyable, and happy Deadpool day.